Thank you, Christopher. Oh, how do we put up with him? Why do we put up with him? Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Charles, for inviting me to say a few words. Tonight it's a great honor to be here with Neil Breslin, of course, the Dean of the Delegation, other elected officials, and of course with Charles' great support. His family is here, and of course his political family is here too. So thanks for being here, everybody. You know, the goal of this year is to keep the team together, the Doss, Diamond, Patricelli team. I like to call it the dream team. They've done a lot together.
Obviously.
Reset. Thank you, Charles, for allowing me. Did you do that on purpose? No. Let me just go over a couple things about Charles Patricelli. I had a list. I looked at his resume. He sent it to me. I just had this conversation with a few people out the hallway. There is so much that Charles has done in 4 years as the mayor. It's astonishing. It's absolutely remarkable. I was on the city council for 15 years, a little over 15 years, and I'm telling you that what Charles has done in 4 years is absolutely remarkable. He's had private investment into the city. $800,000 in private investment was put into the pool, the parks, and the dome. That's Charles networking. He also had $300,000 secured for the purchase of a sanitation truck, donated to the city. And that's Charles networking again. He has leadership, he has experience, and he's got the credentials. He's done wonderful things. He graduated from Siena, started to work right off the bat with the county executive's office, worked for the city of Watervliet City Hall in high-level positions for 6 or 7 years, and then worked for 34 years, and you know the great things that he did at the Housing Authority. I don't like to tell you about that. So we have a real gem as a mayor. He's doing great things. The most important thing, though, is what I just told you about his resume is his leadership capabilities, his networking. He was recognized when he was at the Housing Authority by the local, state, and federal entities for his successful management of the Housing Authority. So now we have him. He retired and ran for the council a couple times and won. And Lynn said, Charles, you got to get the hell out of the house and do something more than being on the city council. I don't want you around all the time. So we ended up as our mayor. He's been doing such a great job, as I mentioned. I think Charles will touch on a lot of his attributes and things that he's done. But just let me tell you one quick story, and then I'll wrap it up. When I was on the city council, my sister Barbie asked me if I would tell this story. When I was on the city council, I was down at the finance office visiting Bob Farr, talking to him about some things, and an elderly lady shuffled in City Hall to pay her property taxes, and she opened up her purse and gingerly slid her tax bill across the counter to Bob with her change and her bills to pay her tax bill. And so when she came out, I walked out with her and I introduced myself to her as the councilman. And I said, laughingly and kiddingly, thanks for paying your taxes on time. And she looked at me and she said, spend my money wisely. I never forgot that. Spend my money wisely. The council and the mayor are the stewards of the people's money. So when you hear people say that, well, we're going to do this and we're going to do that, and the city doesn't have enough of this and the city doesn't have enough of that, you can't spend willy-nilly without realizing that you need the revenue to cover the cost. So here's my suggestion. Go out and talk to your friends about all of the accomplishments that Charles Patricelli has made. Make sure that you sign his petition in February. Make sure you get your friends out to vote in June at the primary. And let's re-elect the guy that talks the talk and walks the walk, Charles Patricelli.